All right, what's going on, everybody? Welcome into Locker Room Sports. Glad you can come by and hang out with me here for a special Saturday edition here. Transfer portal news, good golly, man. There's just a lot of stuff going on right now. There's going to be so much to talk about and so much going on. I figured it'd probably just be best to talk about some of this portal stuff today, and then tomorrow we can get into the real show and kind of figure out what the whole idea is about what is and what ain't and what might be. And I mean, there's so many people moving around right now, and there's rumors for a lot of stuff like Alabama players. Ty Simpson, it's rumored that he may be interested in going to Tennessee or maybe even Oregon. That's a possibility. Maybe I guess I don't know why Ty would want to go there. What's up, Zach? Why does Ty would? We don't know if this is true. These are just rumors. Now, would he be interested in going to Tennessee? Now, his dad coaches at, where is it, Zach? Is it Tennessee Tech? I think it's Tennessee Tech. What's going on, guys? Good to see you all on here. Come by and hang out with us. We're going to talk about some portal stuff and news are going on around here, and just other stuff in general, whatever football related to. Because we're going to be on tomorrow on our full show, but man, right now there's just so much stuff going on. I got to get some of this in here now. So, Alabama looking at a receiver. We're going to have another. Not a receiver, a tailback named Hollywood, because we do already have a receiver named Hollywood. So we're going to be talking about him. Hollywood Smothers, North Carolina State. He started out in 23 class, coming to, I think he was at Oklahoma for a year. Maybe he was at A&M. Saying you know Oklahoma. I think he's at Oklahoma for a year. Comes out, goes to North Carolina State. Guy's got like 15 touchdowns. He catches the ball well out of the backfield. Talking about Hollywood Smothers. You can look him up, plays for the Wolfpack. Oh, check him out. I don't know if he's coming to Bama for sure, but I do know that he did decline his visit to Florida State, which was supposed to be Monday. I think he was at Bama today. So, Under Armour game, if you guys watch that, I like watching that. Not maybe everybody don't like watching that. The Under Armour High School All-American game. The Pearl team did lose today, and the other guys, it's a good game. It's kind of just something to watch to see. Here's another portal thing coming in. Ding, 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 ding. Reporting news live here. This stuff happens like. But Jahad Edwards, number one safety in the country, after some plays, he was on a Lamborghini go-kart driving around the field, and I thought it was funny. You should go check it out. 4,500 players right now in Day 1, Division 1, college football players. Who needs a quarterback? I guess about everybody. Man, there's a lot of stuff going on. I can pull it up right here, and we can go through it. Just type in On3, and it'll come up to you, On3 tracker. Now, talking about Ty Simpson, why would he be interested in going to? Why would he be interested in going to Oregon or Tennessee? Well, either if he's leaving, then it would seem like he feels that he's not going to have a shot to play next year. That Keelan Russell may already have locked the deal up, or Austin Mack. I don't think Mack would leave. I mean, he did come on the board. I mean, anything's possible, man. Anything at all is highly questionable about where anybody's going to go or what anybody's going to do. So there's a possibility of a lot of things happening. So here's the thing. This is just making hypotheticals, which don't do anything really for anybody. Ty Simpson may be headed to Oregon or Tennessee. It's just rambling news, which is about absolutely worthless these days because nobody really knows. It's just something to talk about, to say what ifs. But why would he? That's what I like to do here on the show and come by and, hey, hit the thumbs up where you're already on the page. Just smash the little thumbs up there, Facebook, or if you're on YouTube, like the video. I sure would appreciate it. Comment what you want to talk about. Hit the comment section is wide open, man. Just hit it on there. And who's your favorite team? What's your favorite player? What player left your favorite team? You know, say you're a fan of Georgia. You're an Auburn fan. You know, what guy left that you're disappointed about? But Ty leaving could go to the draft. Now, right now, so far, it's guesstimate to be through Kiper and some of those guys that Ty would be a first-round pick, 9th pick overall in the first round. I don't personally see him going that probably any much higher than that, because you got to think about the guys that are going to be coming out of the class next year. Who's next year's seniors? I'm going to say that we know Arch is coming back to play for sure. Arch may be his last year, maybe next year. He may play 26, and I don't know if he'll those kind of guys are usually just not going to play their senior years, okay? So you got to correspond with who's going to be his competition coming out in the draft this year. And if he was going to stay and play another year, then there's that. Who's going to be his competition for the 27 January, February, March, April of 2027 NFL draft? And there's other things to think about here too. If DeBoer is not, if it's just completely off the list, there has to be conversation about fixing the offense in Alabama. Okay, you're not going to be productive even in a playoff style football. Now I know teams don't run the ball like they used to, and I think it's because defenses are faster and a little better, and I think it's because offenses are worse. And if you don't have a running quarterback, because it seems that not just Alabama, but how do we know a lot of other teams have bad offensive lines, like Ole Miss, for example, because they have Shamlis, a running quarterback that can run out of trouble. We see guys licking through their line, but you think, well, they can run the ball because we've seen their lacy tailback run the ball very well. But he's not like any backs that Bama has, a little small, shifty, quick guy like Hollywood Smothers coming from North Carolina State is. That's why he'd be a good addition to Alabama. So, you know, I don't know if it would be. I just don't see it creating any better world for Ty for him to come back and play for another team next year. But again, why would he want to leave and go play somewhere else after he's set for years there? It would have to mean to me, by looking at it, that he, and I've heard this now too. Now, this is not for sure. This is something I heard from a person that covers Alabama closely and knows the players. And I see this, talk to him about, usually right now, I've talked to him the past 3 days. And he's saying yesterday that 4 or 5 players at Bama are not happy with the offense and Grubb, and kind of made it feel like an ultimatum of, if he ain't gone next year, we're not going to be interested in playing. I don't know if that's true. These are just things you hear. So allegedly, Alabama players are unhappy with the play calling and would be willing to leave and go somewhere else, like skill guys, like receivers and quarterbacks. I'm just curious if DeBoer can get over his friendship thing and the blood brother, the Pack brothers they've been together since the Dakota days and Indianas and all that, to let his friend go, because the offense is anemic. Now, it can't just be alone. We can't just pile on Grubb alone. There's a line coach that he's been there for a while. He come from Baylor. He's not part of the DeBoer train that come in with the other 4 or 5 guys he had come with him. And they did add a new Clement. Coach Clement come from South Alabama. He is a new inside linebacker coach at Alabama. Okay, his last name's Clements. He's a young guy, and supposedly he's an up-and-coming ace defensive guy. He's some of the guys that have coached around the state that I asked a guy about that he's a retired coach. One of his friends, well, it's one of his son's friends. The retired coach has a son, and his friend said that this Coach Clement from South Alabama is going to be a fantastic coach someday. They really like how he approaches the players and how he handles situations, and he's got a great eye for defense. And I don't know if he may be 30. So that's a new addition. There's a new coach, and I don't know if anybody's reported that. So that's why you come here, subscribe to the channel, come back tomorrow night at 6 o'clock, and we'll talk about the games coming in the week ahead. Today, we're just talking about portal stuff. There's just so much. I didn't want to do 30, 40 minutes of portal stuff and then do a 40, 50-minute hour show on picks for games. Now, Micah DeBose, that's an offensive lineman, Bama leaving out. I kind of don't like that. I followed him out of high school. I thought he was a really good guy to pick up, but it seems he just could not get in the rotation. And some other guys like Montgomery, I think, and Jalen Hale too, he like tore his knee or something like all the pieces, like just had a terrible injury. The people like that just get bad injury and they just cannot ever get back in the rotation, I get it. I understand you want to go play, man. I ain't nobody knocking guys for wanting to go play, and they just couldn't get back in the rotation. Bama basketball, 89-74 over Kentucky today, in case you wanted to know. Auburn had a commit come in, the Lachlan Hewlett. He's a 3-star kid. He was the backup quarterback at USF, so Golesh gets him another quarterback. I think they had one left and then a walk-on, and then this guy. I think this is their third quarterback. I think this is Auburn's number 3 quarterback. Somebody could tell me if I'm wrong here. Let's see. On 3. Be patient. Bear with me here for about 3 seconds. Any big ones coming out today? Penn State, I'm just talking about teams that's lost players. Anybody that y'all want to know? LSU lost. Van Buren's transferring. Holy crap. See, I didn't even know that. Van Buren. We can put this up here on the screen if y'all want to. Right here. What's up to do? File, share screen. 2 seconds. Okay. So y'all can see that. Okay. Let's zoom in a little bit. Whoa. That made it worse. There we go. Okay, we can start here back in Penn State, Memphis. These are teams losing players. Western Kentucky. Here it is. Michael Van Buren. How about that? Quarterback from LSU. I guess Lane is going to find him a different quarterback. Wow. So you heard it here first. Taylor Wallace, linebacker, freshman at Arkansas. I like him. He'll do good at Kentucky. Darrell Robinson, Auburn, not surprised about that. They don't have Cobb and Henderson are the only tailbacks left. They have like 2 guys. Anybody on here y'all see that you want to chat about? Just type in On 3 Portal Tracker, and you can flip through it. There's DuBose. I like him, man. He come in. He played at Mobile. He played at Theodore High School down in Mobile. And I kept up with him. I thought, man, he's a big kid. He was kind of always with Bama, and I think even like as a junior or something in high school, I kept up with him. I hate losing him. I know he kind of couldn't get in the rotation, but crap, I hate that. It's harder for a kid like Bach leaving Bama. That's hard for me too. I covered these kids too, watched them play, like through their whole careers in high school, like Ryan Williams, Cam Coleman, watched him all through high school. And I've shared a lot of information about these kids along the way, and some of them have even chatted with their parents and stuff a little bit, It's kind of weird. Ohio State. So you can go up here to the top and go to team and click SEC. Auburn's got too many. They got 32 players out. Okay, DeBose, Noah Carter. Here's the thing with Noah Carter. Anybody, if you're wondering why Noah left, Noah plays that edge position. I think they call it the wolf position. And Clay Russo is a starter, and he's just going to play, man. Noah will go somewhere and play. I'm telling you, he's good. This is not like he just couldn't get playing. He did play some, and he was good when he played. I watched him play. Everybody remember Carter out there? He's a good player. Now, he's from Arizona. I bet he goes to Arizona State, which is a good football team. And he'll go out there and have a lot of time to play. He can play out there 4 more years, man. I think he come as a 3, but he's going to leave as a 4 or transfer as a 3 because he hadn't played a lot, but he come as a 94 grade. I think he go there. Now, the Allman kid here, he played some he was from Connecticut, and he played some tackle some. And I think he come in and played for Proctor a little bit when he was out. I thought he did pretty good. I'm not a big Proctor fan. So if y'all were asking me right now, but Matt Proctor's first-round pick, look at him. He's an athlete. I know, but I didn't see him really work hard this year. First couple of games, he was getting some shine. They're throwing in the ball. He's running the ball. It's all fun and games. But just go watch the Indiana game highlights and watch him play. I just wasn't real happy. Jalen Hale talked about he had some bad injuries, man. I hate it for him. Here's another lineman, Joseph kid that come from Clearwater, Florida. Just couldn't get in the rotations. Young Bach, man, he's just one. I watched him win state championship. They beat Ryan Williams that year. He is an athlete, but here's the story on him. If you don't know, he played at Clay Chalkwell. Here's the story. He comes in, plays DB his first year at Bama, DeBoer's first year, and he. Like game 1, who did they play that game 1? His first year. Did we play Wisconsin? Yeah, I think so. He was great, man. He was like knocking balls down and playing he played good. And I was excited for him. Like he run the Wildcat quarterback that whole game. He won the game like single-handedly. I'm serious. Now he's only 5'11", 170. Some people say he's up to 180 now. He's a small guy. But then last year, when season got over and they lost to Oklahoma last year, he says, well, I'm going to get in the portal. Either you put me at wide receiver or I'm leaving. So he jumped in the portal for a day, and Ryan talked him out of it and said, no, don't leave, man. We'll try to talk to coach. So they go to Sheridan, go to your wide receiver coach, whatever, and say, hey, we want to switch positions. And the athlete that he is, he's like, okay, yeah, but you didn't have to do all this. Why don't you just come to me earlier? We could try to work something out. Okay, cool. Wide receiver. Spring starts. I saw videos of him in wide receiver position, talking about Jalen Mbakwe there. And he's done pretty good. He's kind of a smaller guy, though, man. I mean, Cedric Morgan's come in. He's like 6'4", 215. That Cam size, tall, 50-50 ball. He's going to go up and get it. He's more of a quick little scat back kind of guy, kind of like a Devontae Smith. Not saying he couldn't be great. I'm not saying that. But he was just to come in as like a freshman, and he's going to move to receiver. And the wide receiver room wound up being, I think, better than a lot of people thought, because Horton and we knew Jimmy was going to be good, but Lazier Brooks and Horton wound up being good. And he threw to Cuevas a lot this year. So Bont got moved to wide receiver in a room that wound up being good. Ryan fell off and had a bad year, and they just never played him. I hate him leaving because he's a great athlete, man. He is a good athlete. Richard Young, we knew wide receiver, the running back room is going to get squashed down some. They're going to leave. And that was Montgomery. I told you about him earlier, the lineman. He just hurt his hand or something maybe, and he just could not get back in rotation. The Howard kid played at St. Francis. I remember them picking him up. He was supposed to be an addition to help play some for Sab and that, but I just told you about Jahai Edwards. It was in the Under Armour All American game. I just watched. He is going to be, see, same, same size. Yeah. Jah's even bigger than him. Like, he's like 6'2", close to 190 or 200. So, and we know about Bubba. He's, did y'all know Richard Young's been here 3 years? He was a Saban guy. Yeah. And Bubba, he's been around and around. He couldn't get in the mix with a wide receiver group. And that's it. So they got like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 guys, 10 guys in a portal. I'm going to expect, now just me personally, I'm going to assume that Bama may have 10 more guys going to portal. I think you'll see some defensive guys a little bit start moving around because the class that they got coming in is they got a bunch of defensive guys coming in too. Now, here's the last thing. I saw that, Ben. Yeah, that's interesting. Yeah, here's the thing with that. I'm not going to disagree with. Me too, man. Bach's an athlete, and I hate him leaving. He's just an athlete, and I've watched him and covered him since he was like 16. I kind of, it's like you nearly know him, like they're your kids. Like, I've just been cheering for him for so long, and he's leaving. I hate that, but yeah, I don't. The thing with the portal, for May. All right. Well, here's the thing, and we're gonna hit on something else. I got an idea of where college football is here. The thing with the portal and being where it is. All right. Imagine it is May, so you could say, okay, so we're going to play the games, and they get done in late January. Late January, all the games are national championship. Now, spring football is going to start. So once spring ball starts, it may be better because at least it gives you time, a little bit of time, a window after the championship's over. But the longer you go away from the end of the season, then the more time that's going to give, the more time it's going to take away from coaches to be able to get their guy ready for spring. See, if they get them right now, then they got, when practice starts back, which, well, hell, if they can't practice anyway, I don't guess it matters. Nick Saban knows more than I do. What the hell am I even talking about? Let's just move on. Yeah, if he says do it, that's just do it. Who am I? I'm not the one to argue with Nick Saban. Let's see. Future for college football. Okay. Who's Lincoln? Lincoln Riley? Oh, God. The future of college football. This will be the last topic we'll get off here. I wanted to go through some of that news and get some of these portal talk out of the way, but I got to get this topic on here. Yes, we talked about Auburn's quarterback coming. The Brown kid is targeted by Auburn, yes. Yeah, it is kind of stunning that number 9 loses to number 1, and it's just boom, it's big news. Now, everybody said that Bama was not good. The dynasty's over. They're just a good, regular, average football team. So, if that's true, and they're just a good old regular average football team, they were ranked number 9, had 2 regular season losses, and they lost to number 1, then why is it a big news splash? Let's celebrate Ole Miss beating Georgia. Georgia had not lost a game when they were up at halftime in 83 contests. if Georgia's up at the half, you might as well just bet the farm and say that Georgia's winning the game. Ole Miss beat Georgia. They are the SEC champs, not Alabama. Alabama's not representing the SEC. They hadn't in several years. I know why they do it, but they talk out of both sides of their mouth. And the other side is not their front hole, but their back hole. Like Bama, Alabama, the dynasty's fallen. Nick Saban's gone. No more favors for Alabama. Are there, Steve? Tell us about it. Well, Larry, Alabama, it's just falling down from their dynasty and nothing's going right anymore. It's just lucky to even win a game at all. Yeah, that's right, Bob. Let me tell you, Alabama's really falling off. And then in the next segment, at number 9, Alabama blowed out by number 1 Indiana. I know they're number 1. They're supposed to be good, man. Y'all ranked them number 1. You just said Alabama was bad. They're just an average football team. This dead and gone. Nick Saban's gone. Bears dead. Chris Twick talking about Bama. Then why is it news when 9 loses to 1? And we just saw a fantastic. It bothers me for Ole Miss. I'm a Bama fan, but I love the game, and I love celebrating young guys out there busting their tail. And Ole Miss is getting no headlines because people are yakking about number 9 losing to 1. Why? If Bama's dead and gone, then leave it alone. Move on then. Who cares? They lost to number 1. Most of us that follow the game kind of felt, I don't know, man. They can't run the ball. They're probably not going to do real well against Indiana. Even I had them picked to win, but I thought, well, they'll score some and at least keep it close. I mean, they put in the backups after halftime, so Indiana scores probably 2 more touchdowns at least on the second team. Some of those DBs, I didn't even know their name. I didn't even know who they was. But the news media, and that's why I get on here and do this, because I feel like you people work too much, and especially people that, well, I know what Zach does for a living. He's gone a lot, man. He works late sometimes. It's hard just to keep up with everything that's going on. And every time you turn on your phone or something, all you're seeing is crap about number 9 losing to 1. What is that? Why is that top news? It should be Ole Miss beating SEC champs lost to Ole Miss. Ole Miss beat them. It shouldn't be big news for Bama losing to number 9. We know Nick Saban's not there. The portal has allowed guys to move around, and the future of college football is going to be this. That's why I brought that up, because it brings me right into this. All right. Yeah, I like him. I think he'll be good. Yes. Thank you, Zach. I'm just going to tell you the truth and give you some news to listen and to talk about. And Bama, look for, there's a lineman. This brings me into it again. Thank you for bringing it up, Ben. The future of college football, it kind of dawned on me when I saw this. There's a young man from Texas State. Let me put these up here in the corner. There's a young guy from Texas State. And if I can get it to come up, I can go right here. And this is what brought it to my mind. Where are we going to be in years and years down the road? I mean, where are we going to be in college football? Where is young players going to go? What are they going to be doing? Paying a high school kid right out of high school to come in and pay him. Let's just use Cedric Morgan, for example. You're going to come in, you're going to pay him $700,000. Okay. You're going to pay him $700K. Well, we'll get it right in a minute. Bro. You're going to pay him $700K to come in. And the whole idea is going to be, well, we're going to develop him. He's going to play, and we'll hope that he'll hang around and play for us more. Now, if you can't see this, I'll zoom back in on this. That this young man right here in Texas, hang on with me now. We're getting here. If I can get the freaking thing to load. Where is all this young talent going to go? All right, if you can see this, name's Brock Riker, picked up an offer from Alabama. Okay, he's a big lineman. Transfer from Texas State Bobcats. He's 6'4", 292. Listen, he's logged 868 snaps at center. Now, we know that Browsford's, he's more than likely he's leaving, and I'm sure this can help go right along with that. He's a native from Texas out there. He was a former 3-star prospect out of high school. And you can take a look at him there. You can look him up. Brock, B-R-O-C-K, Riker, R-I-K-E-R. That just sounds like a football player. This man has played almost 900 snaps. Almost 900 snaps, guys. Now, this post here that you're looking at, the young man, the other Alabama transfer, he had played center for us. He was the one with a hat on. Bubba, Josh, darn it, which one was it? It was wasn't Rob or Richard. Was that? It may have been Ollie. I think it was. Okay. So the Ollis kid, O-L-A-U-S, his first name, Alabama, he's transferring because this guy's coming in. Now, that young man, he backed up Parker Brailsford at Alabama. He backed him up when he hurt his foot. And this guy backs him up some and plays 2 games, and he probably got maybe 80 to 100 snaps in 2 games. Maybe. This other guy's got, it says, nearly 900 snaps. And you're probably just say you get 50 a game. If you just say 10 games, say you missed a game or something, you have a bye week here or there or something, that's 500 a year. So he's got nearly 900 snaps. He's got 2 full years of playing center, not just coming in, but playing the position. So this guy leaves Bama because this guy's coming in. Is it going to be now to where not all positions and not all 5-star recruits are going to just move on? But just think if you're a 5-star freshman, and I'll use some guys, that played in high school around here. You can fill in the blank, whoever you want to. So-and-so tailback from such-and-so high school comes out as maybe a 3-star kid, could be pretty good, but, he don't get to go right in to play at Mississippi State or really get an offer, even from a Jacksonville State, because the schools are so full. Like Alabama right now, they're going to take this kid from Texas State as a center. He's got all that experience. So this other young man, he don't have as many snaps, so he's moving on. He's going to have to go play at a smaller school and get more snaps so he can come in and go move back up to a bigger school. So why would it be any different than you might as well, if you're what I'm saying, it's going to get to where, one, the 5-stars are going to quit coming to the big schools. At some point it's going to happen because, 2, the schools are going to stop paying them because why am I going to pay you a freshman right out of high school $1 million for something you ain't done yet and for things that you may do, and then you're going to come in and play 1 year, and if you don't do quite so good and maybe you didn't show up at practice enough, maybe the college game was a little too fast for you, maybe it's struggling because it's hard to go to class and practice, because when I was at college, I was in class with a little group of the football team, social class, social work, sociology class, and I had a class over in the ROTC building too. So I had a lot of football players at Jacksonville State when they won the title that year. I was in class with a lot of them guys, so I heard stories about practice and class and how hard it was. and even some of their softball team, the girls. We're going to get to a point in Division I, Alabama, Georgia, LSU, Ohio State, Oregon, that they're going to start and go to a smaller school like a Texas State. They're going to have to start out and play at another school to get snaps, to get experience, because some schools, all schools, I mean, not some, everybody, they're getting guys, what Indiana done with 26 seniors. 26 seniors. Indiana had 26 seniors. They said they're going to have 22 or 23 of those guys will go probably play NFL football. Now, they're not going to go first round. They probably, I'm just saying by their reports, they got a lot of fifth and sixth round guys, but they're 23 or 24-year-old playing against 18, 19-year-old freshmen and sophomores. Experience is taking over the game of college football and FBS. So what it seems like that just by this, I mean, you can see right here what's going on. Alabama looking to take this Brock Riker kid. He's going to be a center. He's got nearly 900 snaps. Why would a kid come from, I don't know, Hoover, 3-star, 4-star center out of high school? He's going to come to Bama and he's going to not play for a year and play behind this older man that's 23 years old probably. He's got 900 snaps. Well, that'd probably be a good idea. Bama's looking at a linebacker from Virginia Tech. He's the same way. He's a third-year player. He's going to be like a third-year like sophomore or something. Voted captain of the team, but they fired the coach, Virginia Tech, and he kind of got mixed around. He's probably going to wind up at Bama. He's a linebacker, but he's played for a long time. So this is not true for everybody. And I hate when we paintbrush the whole college football. Well, it's just a bag of money. They're just out there chasing money. That's not true. Not everybody's chasing money, man. Whether you like it or not, the other 130 teams out there, fans of those teams, kids still somewhat, they're still out there that want to come to Alabama because it's Alabama, because they know that letter on their jersey gives them an opportunity to make it to the league over a lot of other schools. I don't give a shit if they just lost Indiana 1,000-0. It's a battle. They ain't never going to win the war. Indiana will never be a prominent dynasty program that's going to go on a run for 100 years and win 12 legitimate national championships. It's not going to happen. So just stop with that. I'm talking about real talk. We're not just picking and shucking and jiving with each other and our rivals and our buddies and kiki and ass grabbing. I'm being serious. Let's be adults and have a real conversation, because college football in the future, this is what it's going to be. And I'm telling this for these young guys watching. If you really want to play at a place, make up your mind that's what you want to do and go and stay. And if you have to play behind a center like this Brock kid right here from Texas State and you go to whatever, what's wrong with waiting, building your craft, and maybe learning from this guy and hitting the weight room and getting bigger and stronger and building value for yourself? That's what Nick always pushed, was value. NIL is that. That ain't got nothing to do with the college. Listen, the college has collectives, $20.5 million. All of them do. They can spend. But the NIL Go Fund is money they can pay for these players. Your NIL is your value. Like Ryan Williams got to deal with Nike. Cam Coleman's got to deal with Popeyes. It's okay to chill for a year if you have to wait behind this guy and build yourself and build your name, image, and your likeness. Build it up. Build a social media account. Hollywood and Bach, they went there and started a podcast and would bring the other players on. They're building their name and their image. So this is the whole end of it here, and we'll wrap it up with this. Make sure y'all hit the thumbs up, please. And I'll come back tomorrow night. We'll do matchups for the semis. Miami, Ole Miss, Indiana, Oregon rematch. What do y'all think? College football D1 to finish this last. It's going to be because there's already contracts. But it's going to become a point to where when you leave, you'll have to repay that money. The other school you go to, like when a coach leaves, that's the deal. Well, by God, he ought to be able to get paid. Them kids, they can get paid. Coaches get paid. Hey, coaches are grown men. This is their career. They sign a contract, and if they leave early, it has to get paid off. They don't get all that guaranteed money. If they have a stipulation to be guaranteed, they do. Players can come in and say, I want $1 million to come play. They come in and play whatever. Then they leave. They got their money. They leave. They come in and do these collective things, that 20.5, but they have to have stipulations to do things for the school. Like they'll go to sign-ins. They'll have things they set in and do special events around the university, and they get paid for those things. Now, those things they're not going to pay back because they've already done the work for it. But I'm telling you that college football, Alabama's, Georgia's, Ohio State, Miami's, whatever, Oregon's, Michigan's, Texas, brands of football, the brands, not some fly-by-night schools are going on. They just all of a sudden gain 100,000 fans overnight like Indiana. These teams are going to be NFL / football. It's going to be a smaller version of NFL. It's coming. It's coming. It's coming. When they start putting agents have to have a real legit license, like NFL, you have to be licensed to be an agent. In college, you know that you can go get your high school coach or your drunk uncle or some old crackhead at the Golden Gallon and go there and say, hey, look, you go in there and tell him that you're representing me because I can't represent myself. You get me $500,000, I'll give you 10. Well, okay. Just tell him you're my uncle. That's what they do now. That's college. But when they make these agents start getting licensed and this thing gets contracts where when players leave and they have to start paying that money back when they leave, we paid you $1 million for these 12 games. Well, let's see, you missed 3. So you're going to owe us back. Oh, wait a minute. We signed you for 2 years for $2 million. You're only going to play one night. Well, you're going to owe us $1 million back and then another $300,000 for those 3 games. Oh, wait a minute. So you're only going to get what you earned. That's coming. And when that happens, what's going to see now is some of these 5 stars and these built-up players, they are going to wind up more in smaller schools, which is fine for the smaller schools. And these JUCO schools to where they can come in and you're going to hear more and more stories like Pavia, like Trinidad. It's a Cam Newton story. Cam was one of the most recent popular stories that to come in and win a Heisman, win a national championship. That's exactly what he did. He went to Florida, hung around for a year, developed a little bit on a great football team. He was around some of the best players. I mean, some freaking freaks. The team that Cam was on at Florida. Are you kidding me? That team had more NFL players, I think, than any team hardly ever. He got in trouble. Whatever happened, I don't care. And he went on JUCO, won there, and Auburn dropped him a bag to come play for them. Good for them. He won them their first legit title. That's going to happen more. These kids are going to come out of high school and go to these smaller schools to get these snaps like this young man you see on your screen, Brock Riker. 900 snaps he's got nearly. So that freshman kid coming out of high school wants to go to Bama and be a center. He went to all the summer camps. He busted his tail like this kid I showed you a while ago. He's gone now. He was going to be the backup center. Well, they're going to get a grown man. They're going to go get a guy that's played 900 snaps. That's what Indiana did. Sig brought his players from James Madison with him, and that's what he did. Sig brought those guys from his team that knew his style. They knew what he was running. They went and got him a quarterback that could just make the right passes, don't turn the ball over, do what you need to do, and we're going to be disciplined. We're not going to get a bunch of flags, and we're going to run a tight ship, and we're going to make a run to this thing, see if we can win it. Well, they ain't won it yet, but it looks like they could. So that's all I got for today. It's just an idea of where the future of college football is going to be. I'm promising you this. I ain't wrong about a lot of things. That's what's going to happen. That's not all. Now, I'm going to use Bama again and Cedric Morgan. He's going to come in. He's already there. He practiced with the team during the Rose Bowl practice. So he signs up in class. Crowell from Jackson, the running back, he'll be there Monday. And when their classes start back after they get off the break here the next week or two, and spring starts and he plays, what if he don't do that good? Well, I don't know what they've paid him because his NIL is still kind of up in the air, I guess. It's hard to find out. I'm going to say it's probably $1 million. It's got to be south of $750,000. I would just about bet on it. If he comes in first year and plays and he don't do that good, he decides he wants to leave. Well, you've already paid him. He don't want to wait, you know. He don't want to just hang around. He don't want to try to get better, so he'll leave and go somewhere else and hook up with some other coach that maybe is better to him, or go to a smaller school to play against less competition, or a team that's got an easier schedule. Because I'm telling you right now, Auburn next year, holy crap. You don't want to be at Auburn. Have you seen their schedule? Whew. Good Lord, no wonder Kim Coleman left. Bro, they are not winning a bunch of football. I don't care if they brought before anybody was leaving, I looked at next year's schedule. Guys, you win 6 games. If Pugh Stadium was doing a good job and they won 8 or 9 this year, they wouldn't win that many next year. So are these young men going to just come in and play at smaller schools? And it's going to start shining away from the idea for these coaches to say, well, I mean, here's the thing. Listen, guys, why would I pay $750,000 for Cedric Morgan out of high school? I don't know what he's going to look like when we go up and play Tennessee, LSU, Auburn, Georgia. We don't know what he's going to look like. What if you're paying kids for assuming you're high talent? By God, you better hope it's damn good. You better hope you can pick that talent out of the middle of a freaking pig pen and just read talent. And there's some people who can do it. And I'm not tooting my horn, but I'm pretty good at it. You just know. And some of them's obvious, like, well, shit, I mean, that kid just did a backflip off the fence over there at PE. He can catch, throw. He kicks the ball 60-yard punts. He throws it, not even running up to the line, throws it 50 yards. He's 17. Yeah, those are easy to pick. But why do I want to pay Cedric $750K when I can go in the portal and pay a guy like Concepcion last year, about $1.5 million, or we'll offer him $1 million. Say, you're going to be at Bama. You know, we got some contacts. Pay him 1.2. So you spend about $300,000 for a guy that's played like 2 years already. This is what it's coming to. They're going to quit paying these young guys so much money because you can go down the road and get the 3-star that's hungry and wants to play and is excited, like Brock is, to leave Texas State and come to Alabama and play in front of all those people and have the connections with all the players that Alabama has connections with over the past how many hundreds of players they've put in the NFL. Those are the lifelines. You just do this. You pick up your phone and make a call. You don't get those connections at Texas State. You don't. So he's excited to come here. Instead of having to pay some 5-star kid out of high school $1 million or a lineman $500K because he's supposed to be 5-star. He played at Beaufort High School where, by God, he's a state champion. I ain't never seen him play in SEC. I don't know how good he's going to be. But I can go get this guy, this Brock Riker. He's got 900 college snaps. 900. And he's 23 years old. He's a man. He's grown. He's not 17, 18, just right out of high school. Has no idea he's walking around with his books in his book bag. Don't know where class is. He don't know if he's supposed to go to the bursar's office or the freaking credit union down the road to even get a sandwich. He has no clue what's going on in college, especially from a small town. It's a big deal. I've been to college, and there's a lot going on, and especially for a young man. I was 30. I had a lot of common sense to walk around and figure stuff out. College football future this 26th season, you're going to see things different than you've ever seen it. You're going to see these kids moving in transfers. These portals are filling up because those guys like Fluff Bothell that left from Oneonta, went to South Alabama, showed out, had 1,000 yards a year. Mississippi State called. He got a shot to go play, and I watched him play yesterday, and he did okay. I mean, he's playing Wake Forest team that they're pretty good. Mississippi State shouldn't. They only won 5 games. They filled in for another team that didn't show up. I think it was it Notre Dame that's supposed to play that game, the Mayo Bowl? Anyway, they're a bunch of sissies too. They can go eat one somewhere. I can't stand Notre Dame crybabies. Well, we can't schedule play USC. They need to adjust for us. They can't adjust, idiot. They are in a conference. They have 9 conference games, Notre Dame. You don't. Your schedule is completely flexible. You can do whatever you want. So you can accommodate USC. You don't want to play them, and I don't blame you because they're tater water. They're not. It's not good for Notre Dame brand to play a crap team. So they're going to play Rice in Wisconsin. Such tougher competition. So it's just going – these 5-star kids out of high school, the money is fixing to – I didn't say this year or next year. I'm just telling you, watch and see. Write this down. Just take a pen and say, Big Man said 5 stars will stop getting paid a lot of money in the next 5 years. You watch 2031 season starts, I want to see if there's a bunch – not all now. There's still going to be 5-star kids get paid and like that's going to come in and be a stud quarterback, and like Keelan Russell come in last year, whatever, and he's 5-star guy, Mr. Gatorade, Mr. All-American, Under Armour. And he stayed at Bama. He's probably – he may not want to stay and wait behind Mac next year. He may hit the bus and go back to Texas somewhere. Because he could go to A&M and they would start him. So I don't know if Reed's coming back. He's a pick machine anyway. But there it goes again. You're going to pay Keelan Russell, he's going to want $2-3 million. He's played a couple of snaps in a Eastern Illinois game, like Deuce Knight. Now, what is he going to get money at? He played against he played against these weak teams that wouldn't even play in some of their teams, their players, because they were getting ready for their conference game. He run for a bunch of yards. He's going to ask for a bunch of money, and they're going. Another college is going to say, "Wait a minute." Now, Cam, you can see because you could see him play. He has film. These kids have no film, and they're going to go in there and ask for. By God, you tell me, oh, I'm backup quarterback at Auburn, Deuce Knight. I come out of high school, 4-star, and 5-star, and I want $2 million. All right, where's film on you? You got a jump drive, or we got to email you. Oh, you ain't. Oh, you got a game you played. Did you play? Mercer. Oh, what? Mercer. I need to see you play against some FBS. You got any tape on that one, Deuce? I ain't paying you $2 million. Get out of my office. I can go pay $2.5 million or just say $3 million to a quarterback like Sam Levitt kid from Arizona State, the top quarterback in the portal. Or DJ Lagway, what's he going to want? We've got film on Lagway. We know what he wants. I'm telling you, these grown men that's been playing and hanging out in these smaller schools are hitting this portal, and they're moving back into the big schools and saying, hey, you know what, out of school, I was a 3-star, but you know what, I went over there to Texas State. I worked hard. I come out of 4-star, moved up 100 spots in the ranking because I got film and I growed and I developed. So the last thing, this is the last. Playing hard and being developed is still key to football. It's a developmental sport. It's different. It's not like basketball or baseball. Baseball, you're playing a pitcher, and yes, you need to practice. You swing and work on stuff. Absolutely. And basketball is a game of you and the hoop, and just some people are good teammates and pass the ball, and some of them don't care. Football is the developmental sport. And lineman is the most hard spot to develop. It's the most hard position to develop. Skill guys like running backs and Some, not all. So if I say, I'm got to make sure I say that, or people are like, that's stupid. It's stupid. For some, what's he know? But you can't say a wide receiver come play tail. Yes, most skill guys, as receivers like Jeremy Bernard, we see him. You can put him in the backfield, bring him in a wildcat, bring him in motion. They're skill players. They're athletes. But I don't know a safety. Let's say you're going to get Salb or Hubbard to come down over there and play left guard. No. It's hard position. This money's going to change, guys, in the future, and playing hard and having discipline and doing things the right way and showing up to practice on time and doing what you're asked to do. Get your tails in the weight room and work out and get better and be developed and go let somebody mentor you that's been there and done it in these wherever you're at. The thing is, you can't get film as a 2 or 3 star to go to Alabama because you're not going to start. So you go to a smaller school and be developed, and you work at it. While the 5-star kid can already just jump a little higher and run a little faster, he's going to play now and get snaps early, but he's going to struggle still. There's still struggles out there because I don't see the athletes that we used to see years ago. Guys, them days, I mean, like, have you seen a Michael Vick out there lately? Michael Vick's one of the most electrifying college athletes ever, to me, in my generation, me. Reggie Bush. And NFL guys like Randall Cunningham, Steve Young. Those guys changed the game for me, watching them men play. Deion Sanders, Bo Jackson, are you kidding? Where are those guys at? I don't see them no more, man. So these 5-stars come in because they're getting graded by these recruiting places and rivals. And half them, I can't say it. Who will? Them guys can't do nothing but type on a computer and write up a freaking report. I've met them in person. I've seen them. I've talked to them. They set up in the box in half them high school games, and they're freaking T-Rexes up there. They write. They type because they're smart. They don't know about football. They know the positions because they write about it. They couldn't line up and they couldn't pick up a 20-pound dumbbell. They don't know the difference in incline or decline bench. They don't know the difference in freestyle weights or barbell. I do. They don't. Those people grade these young men. Not all of them like that, but most of them are. So it gives a bad misconception about the players that they're getting bumped because of what high school they go to, how nice their head coach is to these rivals guys that come in and grade these players, how butt-kissing the players are to the rivals guys when they come in. So what I'm saying is those stars every year after year, it's like every 5 years it just takes a big dive. Not all players, but a lot of them. That's why you see some of these 3-star guys come in. They don't have stars, and he may be awesome, but he ain't got money to go to camps because you have to go to those rivals camps for them to see you. It's about money, making the money off the backs of kids and the parents working. I'm going to get Dexter Tauber on here. Shout out Dexter. I done got on a soapbox, and he does it for a living. He can tell you so many stories that these stars and these kids coming in, they won't coach. I'm a 5-star quarterback. I want $2 million. Son, I watched you high school play. Arch Manning played down there in Louisiana. Looks like you played a bunch against 8th graders, son. I'll tell you what, you just come in here and I'll make sure you get free school and get all the clothes and food you want. Your family's got money. You'll be okay. That's what should have happened. Did you ever see him play high school? Arch was maybe a 4-star. It took him a full year and then some to develop because he got overblowed because of who he was. Go watch his high school film because I did. 3 years ago, there's a video right here on our channel on YouTube. 3 years ago, I did a video that said, I don't know, man, be careful this guy. He could be great, but Dante Moore, 3 years ago, did a video on him. He's at Oregon now. Go find it. I done talked about this stuff years ago. These kids ain't going to be getting that money 2030 that they think they're going to be able to get. It's going to change because these men that's been playing 3-4 years, these little small schools, Kennesaw States, moving on up. Hey, I'll come over there and play. This kid's got 900 snaps under his belt. Are you kidding me? Let's hit the peanut gallery. Thank you all, guys, girls, so much for coming by and hanging out. Got on my soapbox. Apologize. Zach says Simpson just wants some more money. I tell you what, that Jalen Bakaway wants to leave. He can go to a team that's going to give him some more money. Richard Young. Well, Richard was a Saban guy. He's been there 3 years. He ain't started yet, so it's going that way, Mr. Billy. The NFL system it's here. It's already here, but there's nobody standing in the room to make sure the kids close the refrigerator on their way out. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, turn the lights off when you go out of the room. We don't have that kind of guy. We don't have that person yet. Everybody wants Nick Saban to go do it. Nick Saban, and he said he would like to do it. Herbstreit nominated him. You see that on game day of the day? He said, I've say this guy. Go in the room, just write down whatever he says, and he can even leave. He ain't got to be there but once a week. Whatever he says, just that's what we're going to do. It couldn't hurt. Yeah. This kid's moving around so much. Auburn University always has a hard schedule. It's not good these days, but most of them is going to have first-year coaches, so it might not be. Oh, it don't matter because the difference is going to be, Mr. Billy, that these other teams that Auburn's playing, like Alabama, Georgia, LSU, Texas, God, their schedules, I think they got LSU. They have got a terrible schedule. They don't have 30 guys leaving. Auburn they literally, like, for a day, they don't even have a roster. Go look on their website. They got 31 guys in the portal. Bama lost 42 when Saban left. 42. And DeBoer come in and won 9 games year one, and then he comes and wins 11 this year. He goes to Rose Bowl with a first-year starting quarterback, and people are griping. Shut up. The time machines don't exist. Doc Brown ain't coming to bring Nick Saban back. You can't even play that kind of football that he coached, the defense and murder ball. The league stopped it. It's called targeting now. They throw you out of the game. He had 42 guys leave. He had some of those guys to stay his first year that was going to bail. Ryan was gone. He was going to leave too. We heard that Cam and Ryan was both going to come to Bama when Saban left. And when he left, Cam done jumped Auburn early and said, no, I'm going to just stay with Auburn. Just tell you, man. Yeah, I agree. Brandon, I've seen you on some of my comments. You make a lot of sense and stuff you say, brother. I'm glad you to be part of the gang here at Locker Room Sports. Come back and hang out with us some more. Yep, let's see here. We got my boyfriend. So we're bitten off by, oh, well, I'll be darned. That's terrible. Woke up from his coma. Well, I'll be darned. That's pretty good, man. I'm glad that everything worked out for him. Yeah, bowl games put film out there for these kids where oftentimes they haven't played most of the year due to starters, right? And then they set out and going pro and hitting the portals. Then film comes, calls for the coaches at other schools. Yeah, you are correct. And here's the thing. Why don't more of them play? Like, you see all these SEC teams, and here's something I don't start again, Matt. You'll get tore up again. Guys, Tennessee had 15 players out. They didn't have a starting linebacker on the team. Of course they're losing Illinois. LSU had dudes in sweatpants and hoodies over there. in the SEC, these players, they want to move on and go to the pros, or they may be moving teams. Up north, this is their Super Bowl to play an SEC team. We've missed the bus on that idea. Indiana won the biggest game in their life in the history of the university. I would be a little worried as Signetti, and I'm sure he'll get them figured out. They got to come back down to earth and play Oregon and beat a team they've already beat once, which is hard to do. Ask Georgia. So, yeah, you're right. These bowl games and schools and coaches, and it's a good opportunity for them to come, get played, to get more film. Now, I just disagree, Mr. Billy, and that's fine. Everybody's got a belly button too. I don't think Deuce is watching him play high school some too. His arm talent it's not there. He misses, but he could be. I mean, it depends on where he goes. He gets with a good quarterback coach. I think he'll be. He's got plenty of ability, but Mercer is not a team for anybody to go. That's my guy. Did you see him play Mercer? Yeah, I did see him, Ben. He was over here on the page. Where was that at? Where was that at? Was that? Yeah. Oh, no, it ain't. Sorry. Well, where did the crap go? There he is. Yeah, I don't know. He was from Stillwater, Oklahoma. He's headed out. He was a tight end. You just get those, Ben. I just looked again to make sure he was a tight end. Problem that these teams are opting out of the bowl games. It hurts the yeah. Well, I like the games, and some of these young men are just thinking of themselves, and there's not a lot of loyalty to the team or to my brother next to me, because if you portaled in, then probably you don't really even know these guys. Like you're just coming in because you got paid to come in and do a job. You're a missionary. You're a vigilante. Is that a better word? You like that word, Mr. Billy? He's a vigilante. These young guys come in and they're just getting paid to do a job, and that's okay. Hey, we all get paid to do something. But I promise you, future of college football, it is going to look way different this season. Bet me on that. And in 5 or 6 years from now, why do I want to pay a kid out of high school $1 million? I can go play it by a kid that's played 3 years of football. He was a 3-star, but he's 23 years old. He's not 18. He knows how to go to class. He knows how to show up for workouts. I've talked to his high school coach. I see where he comes from. He played at Indiana State. Tailback come from Kennesaw State. He's a 3-star out of high school, but he didn't go to any camps. I get him on the field out here, and he runs a 4.5, and he can catch. Wow, I can put him returning punts just to start him out, and I'm gonna pay him $750,000. And this 5-star kid out of high school wants $1 million because he thinks he's the next groovy thing because his mom and daddy had a bunch of money and put him in a bunch of these rival camps and paid off some of those guys to bump his stats up, make him look good. It's happening. Y'all might as well get ready. The guard has changed. The diamond out of the glove was taken. Alabama took one of their stones out of their glove, and they handed it to India and said, "Welcome to college football. Oh, you got a long way to go. You won a battle, not the war, but good luck the next 100 years of building your football program. Here's a good start." Yep, be here about 2 weeks. 23rd, I think, for high school. There's definitely going to be. I got word of that. For sure, private schools are going to their own classification. For sure. That's why it's taking so long, because they're hashing all the map out to find out how they're going to put them, like 1 through 3A, and then 4, 5, 6A. or if there's just going to be two divisions or something, based on size within a certain parameter of school sizes. Make sure y'all hit the thumbs up while you're over here, man. Darren, I sure do appreciate all y'all coming by and hanging out. If you're over on YouTube, you might as well subscribe. I mean, why not? Yep. And yep. Podcast listeners, we love y'all and thank you so much. Been picking up a lot of new listeners over there on iHeartRadio, Spotify, Apple Podcasts. We are over there through all your podcast needs. See you Sunday night. Be groovy, guys. Tomorrow night, 6 o'clock Central Time.